Welcome, we're back with another coding video, another Swift development tutorial, and in this video, I'm gonna take you guys through DeviceCheck. This is an Apple feature that helps prevent things like account farming and free trial abuse. By account farming, I mean this. Imagine that your app offers a trial for a month for free. And imagine that you have a user who likes free stuff. So what they do is that they sign up for your app, they use the app during trial period for a month for free. Then after the trial expires, they delete their account and then they create another account using a different email and then get another month for free. That's what it's called, account farming. Or in the gaming world, imagine that you have a gaming app and you banned one of the players for cheating. What prevents the player from just creating another account with another email address and keep playing? DeviceCheck is what prevents that. With DeviceCheck, you can mark the device banned so that even if the user tries to create another email to get around the ban, they won't be able to, as long as they're still using the same iPhone to sign up. So this is DeviceCheck, and it works like the following. Here's a little diagram to explain that as always. User signs up from an email address. Server will check if that device has a history with Apple. It will ask Apple, have this device been banned before? And Apple will say no. And then the user signs up just fine. And then if you ban them at some point, and then you tell Apple that this device is banned, then the user gets kicked out from the app. Then they try to sign up using a different email address here, and when they try to sign up, your server is going to ask Apple, have this user been banned before? And then Apple will say, yes, you did tell us before that this iPhone has been banned. And then you say, all right, this iPhone is banned, so I'm going to prevent them from creating a new account because I banned this iPhone. And this is how you can check the device instead of just the email when you sign up users. And the only way to go around this is if the user buys a totally new iPhone. So this is DeviceCheck. I have a demo for you guys. I pre-built this thing to show you what that experience would look like. It's going to be similar to this diagram. And here's a demo of that. The user creates their account and the account's created. And if you take a look here in the database, you can see that the account is created and the user is not banned. Okay, now to ban this user, I have an API call here called banned. This is what I'm going to use to ban the user. This API will take just the email of the user that I want to ban, and it's going to take care of finding their device token and ban their device as well. So when I hit this API, it will respond saying user is banned. And then here, it will just say banned true, and this is the device token that's been banned. And then when they try to log in again, like this, they're going to get a message, you are banned, and then get kicked out. And if they try to sign up with another email, let's say no auth, and they create the account, and they're gonna still get a message that says user is banned. They can't sign up. And then we will have another API call here, reset device, that will let us reset the device token and unban it. So when you send this, it's gonna tell Apple this device is no longer banned, and the user is able to sign up with this email. There you go. And then another account is created. So this is a quick demo. Now enough yapping and let's code this thing. Here's a brand new project that just basically have the login form that you saw earlier, but without the API calls or anything. And here's a skeleton server endpoint code that we're going to use to code our endpoints. And the first endpoint that we're going to start with is the create user. We're going to basically work on this part of the flow over here. So let's go ahead and do that. First step, actually, before we start coding, is that we need to go to your Apple Developer Portal, certificates, identifiers, and profiles. And first thing on the top right, you want to just grab your team ID, which is going to be here. We're going to need that in our code. And then we're going to need the key ID and the actual key that we're going to use to authenticate API calls to Apple for DeviceCheck. So here, go to keys, click on the plus, give it a name, and select DeviceCheck here. Continue, register, and then note the key ID. You need to also use that in your project here, and download the key. Drag this key also to your project here. Now, for the key ID, team ID, and all the other sensitive information, make sure you store them securely using an environment variables or secret manager. Don't hardcode them like this. This is just me doing it for the demo. And now let's start coding the create user endpoint. Let me just move this so you can see. First here, we need to create a method called generate auth token that creates the authorization token for Apple API requests. For this, you need these dependencies. This one for the JWT token, and all the others here, except Firebase admin. This is for my database. You could be using any other database, but make sure you have these dependencies. Then your generate auth token method will look just like this. Let me zoom out so you can see. You get the timestamp in seconds. You load your private key. You put together your payload like this using the timestamp and the team ID, and you create your JWT token and sign it like this using the private key. You sign it with the private key, you add the payload here, use this algorithm, you put your key ID here, and you set it to expire in one hour, and then you return the JWT token. Cool, that's the first thing you need to do. Now you need to actually create a method that calls Apple and get the device check status. This method will look like this. Let's call it DeviceCheck get. This takes in the device token, which we're gonna get from the client side, from the app side. Calls this method to get the authorization token for the authorization header of this very normal API request. This is the endpoint / query 2 bits, and the host name is this. This one for development, this one for production, and I'll switch between them using this flag. Okay, then the body of your request, when you're just checking for the status, is the device token, a unique UID, and a timestamp for the request, and then you put your authorization token here as the bearer, and you put content type, and then you return the response. And the response will look something like this. This is what Apple will return when you do device check. Every device will have a bit 0 and a bit 1, and they both can be set to false or true. If the device is brand new, it will be false for both. Or it will return a response that says failed to find the device check status, because it doesn't have a bit 0 or a bit 1 at all, and it needs to be set. Anyways, it's up for you to decide what bit 0 means and assign it true or false, and bit 1 means and assign it true or false. For example, in your app, bit 0 means that this user you fully used the trial period, and bit 1 could mean this user is banned, true or false. You send that API request and you get a response that look like that. And now let's code this create user logic here. This is going to take in the email and device token from the client side, and then the first step will be to do the device check. Open a try catch for that, and here you want to call it device check, and then at first you could get this response. If the device is brand new, fresh, you never query the device before, you're going to get failed to find bit state. And if you get this result, then the user is completely new and you should sign them up. So here I signed them up using and add their information here, just email, device token. This is just for the demo. You can be adding more data. If the user has registered before but they don't have any flags on them, you're gonna get a response that looks like this: bit 0 false, bit 1 false. And in that case, let's say I decide bit 0 means that the user is banned. So here I need to check if bit 0 in the response is true, which means they're banned, then you prevent the sign up. Otherwise, you create their account, all right, in the same way you do up here. Okay, so that's the first step for the device check. Now you need to update the device check state. And for that, we need to create a method that writes the device check state. So here, let's create a new method for that. This method will look like this, also an API request that use the generate auth token to get the token and then send an API request. Except here it says, instead of saying query 2 bits, it says update 2 bits. And this method takes in the bits that you want to update. It will take in an object that looks like this as an argument, and then it's going to send it to Apple to update it against the device. So device token, same stuff here, and you set what bits you want to update to in here, and the rest is the same. And here I just return the status of the update, which is successful, okay or not. So this is my second step, and I simply do it like this. I send the request, and because it's new, I set both bit 0 and bit 1 to false, and then if the response is okay from the server, then I mark to the client side that the user is created and everything's okay. And that's it. So let's go ahead and test this API. Okay, let's go ahead and try send that request. We send it, and we get user created. Here in the database, we get banned false, device token, and my email. So this is good. Let's deploy it and use it in the client side now. Switch to the client side. Now here we're going to do some coding. Here you need to import device check, and we need to create a method that calls that API that we just created, and it will look like this. Before we code it, we need to define this create user error, and that will look like this. Let me zoom in so you can see. Now here's the URL, the request details, and now we need to create the body for the request, and we need to define this create user request struct. Let's do that here, and we encode the body of the request, and then we just send the API request like this. Okay, so that's how we call it. Now let's go to our view over here. We need to create a method that gets the device token from the device itself. This will simply look like this. Just get device token. It doesn't take in anything, and first it checks if the device supports device tokens. If it does, then it continues. If not, it's going to cache the error. And then here, this is the method that we get to get the actual token. We generate the token, and then we encode it to base 64 string. Okay, now we have everything we need to call this API on the client side. Let's go down here, and then on create accounts, that's what we want to code it. And here, let's do this. First, get the device token. This is a guard in case things fail. We print it out for debugging. And then we actually call the API like this. And then inside it, this is what we're going to do. We're going to call the API and we're going to check the result. If the result is successful, then we're going to switch view using this state variable over here. If not, then we're going to show the error and then show an alert. Okay, so that's for creating the account. Let's go ahead and test it on the app. Run the app. We're going to delete the account so I can test from the scratch. Okay, the app is running. I create the account. Token gets printed out in the console like you can see. And then the user is created. And then if I check here in my database, I can see that the user is created. Good. Now the next step, let's figure out how to ban this user. Okay, now the next step, let me show you how to ban the user now. So to ban the user, we're gonna need to get their email address like this. Their device token will already be stored in our server, like as you can see here. So we're gonna get their user document and get the device token from there and then use it to send to Apple a message that says this user is now. We're gonna get the user token like this. This is how I get it from my database. And then I'm gonna use this same method over here, DeviceCheck update, to ban the device from signing up again. So for that, I'm gonna open another try catch that looked like this. And then we can use the method that we built earlier, DeviceCheck update, to send that request to Apple. So like we said earlier, bet 0 in our app means if the user is banned. So if bet 0 is true, means the user is banned. If it's false, it means it's not banned. And bet 1 in this demo, we're not using for anything. So I'm just gonna leave it as it is. So here in my method, I need to pass the device token, which I get from my database here, and the user's, and this object, bet 0 set to true. And then I'm gonna get a result for the update. And then if it says, okay, then the user is banned. I can respond to my client side. If not, I'll throw an error. Okay, that's how to ban the user. Now let's go ahead and try that. Okay, this is our API, we call it, and then we get the response user banned. Now the app doesn't know if the user is banned yet. Only Apple does. So we need to create another server endpoint. What it does is gonna get the user status, if they're banned or not. So we need to also code that as well. Back to the server, and here I'm gonna code that is banned endpoint. Okay, so even though here in my server I marked banned to true and the device token is here, just to be safe, I'm gonna use the device token to check if the device is banned instead of just checking by my database, in case they somehow manage to get around my database flag. So what I would do is that I'll get the user email, I'll open a try catch like this, then I'll get the user database document, and actually let me put the email here, and then I'll get their device token. And then when I get their device token, I'm gonna use that method that we used earlier, DeviceCheck get, to check if they're banned or not. And I'm gonna use the same logic that I used in create user over here. So just copy this and go back down here and put it here. We call DeviceCheck, we pass it the device token. And then if it's this, if there's no state for whatever reason, then, which is not gonna happen, but just in case, we return that the user is not banned, so false. Now, if the user bit 0 is set to true, which the user is banned, so let's return true. Or actually, let's just do this. It's probably smarter. Take this, and just return that as our API response. That's all we gotta do. And then we just respond back to the client side. Now let's go ahead and try this, see if it works. Send the request. I should get true. Actually, I'm getting false because of some coding issue here. So let's just simplify the logic. We don't actually need that because if there's an error for some reason, we're gonna get false. So let's just put this here and try it again. Send that. There you go, now it's working. Okay, I fixed it. Now this is ready, and this is ready, and this is ready. So we just need to do one thing for the demo, which is to create this method that's called reset device. Sorry, this API endpoint, which is called reset device. This is gonna just reset it to unbanned, so we can try again for the demo again and again and again. So let's work on this. You could probably guess that this would be a very simple piece of code. You just get the device token, and then the code that is gonna go down here is just exactly like the code that is up here in create user. This one. Let's go ahead and make your life easier and just copy all of this and put it here. And let's just say failed to unban user. And here we say user unbanned. Okay, now let's go ahead and try this reset device. Let's grab the same token that we used earlier. I'm gonna just grab it straight from my database so I don't make any mistakes. Put it here, send the request. I should receive user unbanned. There you go. Now if I check is banned, I should get false now. Perfect. This thing is working. All my endpoints are ready. Let's deploy it all and implement them in the app side again. Okay, now on the app side, when the user sees the account created view, we need to implement that endpoint that checks if the user is banned. And if they are, they kick them out back to the sign up screen. So here, let's implement an onAppear that does that. And this will call an API that's called call_is_banned API. So let's implement that API method. Let's just do it up here. We already have create user error defined here. This is the URL. This is the request headers and method. This is the request body, encoding for the body. And this is how we call the API with a lot of error handlers and risk management. But the point is, at the end here, if we get true, we return that the API call is successful. If false, false. So go ahead and have a look of how this is implemented. This is network error, invalid response that is not true or false. And this is for anything that is not status code 200. And this is the response if it's bool. And this is a fallback if my server, for whatever reason, returns true or false as a string. So just in case. Let's go back down here and implement that onAppear. This is how this is going to look like. We call the API and we get the result. If the result is true and the user is banned, then we show the ban alert, this one over here. It says you are banned. And when they click on OK, it kicks them back out to the sign up page. If not, then nothing happens. That's it. Okay, I think the app is complete now. Let's go ahead and test it. I'm going to delete the user document so we can start the demo from the scratch. And here's Xcode. Let's run this. Okay, here's the app. We sign in with this email. Console prints out the device token, as you can see. Okay, and now in Postman, we use the banning API, this one, to ban the user. It takes in their email, gets their device token, and then ban the device token. There you go. And then on the app, the user tries to access their account, and then they're gonna get a message that says you are banned. And then when you click OK, it kicks them out to the sign up page. Now, if they try sign up using another account, let's say not auth at scriptpapi.com, create account, they're gonna get the message the device is banned. Until here in Postman, I call the reset device API over here to unban them. And when I do that, it says user unbanned. Then on the app, I can create a new account with a different email on this device or access the old account. This is the new account with the new email. And this is us logging into the old account. And that's it. This is how to implement DeviceCheck on iOS and how to use it to prevent account farming or device abuse of any sort. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. If you liked the video, hit like, subscribe for more content like this. And if you want to support the channel and get the source code that we used in this video so you can just build on that instead of starting from the scratch or following the video, check out the link, my Patreon link in the description box below. There you can get the full source code. And that's all for today. I'll see you next time.